Welcome to Writing High Quality Goals Training for Supervisors. If this is the first time you're taking this training or you're interested in a refresher, please watch the prerequisite YouTube video called SMART Goals before continuing this training. It'll provide you with some preliminary information you'll need for a better understanding of the goal development process. In this training, you'll be provided with several tools you can use to create high-quality goals for staff evaluations. We'll cover journal entries to document and track performance, how to create business goals using the SMART goal method, and what to look for when you're preparing development goals. So let's start with journal entries. With the Review Snap performance management system, you're able to keep notes on your staff throughout the year. These notes are important in making the process of evaluating performance, creating future goals, and tracking new ones easier for you. You can review any kudos, such as awards, recognition events, accomplishments, or pocket praises your staff's received during the year. Performance documents or emails, the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty. Any trainings that have been accomplished throughout the year. Notes on goal progress, any coaching session notes, and any corrective actions that may have been issued. You'll need to make these journal entries on your staff throughout the year on a monthly or a bi-weekly basis. This will make the job of writing performance evaluations easier and quicker for you. You can include things like action plans and activities for goal achievement, or barriers that were overcome, or those that weren't. Remember, this is a special communication workspace between you and your employee about their performance. A great way to keep up with entering journal entries on your staff is to set up a recurring reminder in your Outlook calendar or in your Outlook task list. You'll need to develop at least 2 high-quality business goals for any evaluation period, and each business goal must further the Easter Seals mission. There are a couple things to remember as you begin. You'll need to review the strategic plan and identify the strategic plan category each of your developed business goals will benefit. Remember, when entering business goals, the evaluation software does require you to identify the corresponding strategic plan category. And you'll develop business goals using the SMART goal method. This method helps focus on what you want your employees to accomplish and doesn't need to be more than a sentence or 2 long. You'll also create one high-quality development goal for any evaluation period. The development goal should be specific to the employee's abilities, and you'll need to ask yourself some basic questions on how to grow your employee. I'll offer several questions later in this training, to help you with that. So where do you start? Well, a good place to start is to figure out what is and isn't a goal. So let's look at what a goal is. Maybe it's a performance area that needs improvement where you want your employees' performance to be, or an area of performance development that will further the Easter Seals mission, or maybe it's even a new responsibility the employee can take on now, especially since they've mastered their current ones. These are all great goal starters. So what's not a goal? Well, unless there's a performance area that needs improvement, job duties such as your job description items are not goals. It's what's expected. It's what the employee should be currently doing. And it's not a continuation of a previous goal. Remember, once a goal is met, it's done. It isn't a goal anymore. It might be expected that it should be done after the goal has been reached, but now it's a job duty, not a new goal. So now that you know what to base your goals on, think about your star performer. The one who does it all and does it well. What does their performance look like? What do they do differently than other staff? You can use this information to develop a goal for staff you consider an average performer. What would your average performer need to become a star performer? Maybe time management skills or a better understanding of the industry. Maybe they need to understand the budget process or to learn a new software system. Whatever it is, identify it and you'll be able to create a goal. So look at what's new in your employee's world. Has their role changed or will it change in the near future? You can create a goal to help them get ready for the challenge. What skills will they need to be successful? These are all questions you can ask that will get you started. And if you get stuck, brainstorm. Brainstorm with your supervisors, with your co-supervisors, and even your HR evaluation liaison. We're here to help. So let's look at the SMART goal method. The SMART goal method will give your employees a very specific target with a time frame to complete a goal in. Using this method, you'll answer the who, what, why, where, when, and it'll help you create a highly effective goal for your employee. So, what's SMART all about? Well, the S is for specific. Here you ask yourself, who will be achieving the goal? The employee. That's simple enough. The what is a little more challenging. A good question to ask here is, what do I want the end product to look like? There's a tendency to write down the steps to get to the goal, but that isn't necessary for the goal statement. Keep drilling down with these questions and you'll get to what you really want your employee to achieve. And if you need to answer the where question, because sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, make sure to get that into your goal statement. The M is for measurable. Okay, now you know what you want the employee to achieve. But how will you and your employee know when it's accomplished? Where's the finish line? A measurable goal must answer a true or false, a yes or no, or be a number like how much or how many. If you can answer one of these questions, chances are you've met the measurement requirement. The A is for attainable. This is more a series of thought questions versus writing it into the goal statement. Questions like, can the employee successfully complete the goal with the skills, resources, and time available? Can the employee accomplish the goal at their current skill and competency level? Or will meeting the goal challenge them without defeating them? Or does it go beyond their day-to-day job duties? If you answer yes to these questions, you've met this need and your employee won't lose their motivation to achieve the goal. The R is for relevant. Again, this is another area of thought questioning. It's the why in the process. Will the goal support our mission, our strategic goals, our success? If you answer yes and can identify the strategic plan category your goal will support, you've met this requirement of the SMART goal model. The T is for time bound, and it answers the when. You'll need to know when you want the goal accomplished. Setting a deadline will not only answer the when, but without a deadline, employees may not sense the urgency or importance in completing it. It's a date or time frame when the results must happen or how often they must happen, or when it'll be reviewed. If you don't have a specific date when the goal needs to be completed, it'll need to be met by the end of the performance period. This is a SMART reference sheet that pulls it all together for you. If you'd like to print it out, feel free to do so. I believe it will help make it super easy for you to complete your performance evaluations on each of your staff. Here we indicate the specific with a question of what improvement or new task do you want to occur. The measurable panel with a question of how will you know when the goal has been met. The attainable panel is the goal challenging but not impossible. Relevancy is the goal important to the employee's position. And is it time bound? When exactly do you want this goal completed? So let's take a look at a real-life example for one of our preschool teachers in the VPK classroom. Let's say you want to increase children's skills. How would you measure it? You would need to be more specific by drilling down and asking all the SMART goal questions. Perhaps what you're really wanting is to increase the children's skills by having them learn their letters and to write their name. Take a look at this change statement. Can you answer the who, what, when, where, if needed, and why? Breaking this goal down goes like this. The who is, of course, the employee. You could even change it to read, Mary will increase the children's literacy skills to recognize letters and write their name by the end of the school year. The specific what is to increase the children's literacy skills. The when is, of course, by the end of the school year. The where isn't necessary in this goal because of the natural assumption it's going to be done at the Child Development Center. And the why is because learning letters is the basis for literacy. So now that you've developed a goal statement, you have to ask the questions, can it be measured? For this example, it meets the yes-no requirement. If the children learn their literacy skills, that's a yes, and if they don't, that's a no. This goal will be met when the children recognize their letters and can write their name. So is it attainable and relevant? Well, looking at this statement, I believe it's both attainable and relevant. And is it time-bound? Yes, it has a deadline of by the end of the school year. Now the statement has been defined as a SMART goal, and it will be highly effective and more likely to be met. So let's take a look at a direct care professional example. We start with reduce client behavioral incidents. Now, let's turn it into a SMART goal. Can you identify the SMART goal components? Can you identify the who, what, when, where, and why? You'll notice that the order doesn't matter. Of course, the sentence does need to make sense. The goal here is to reduce the monthly behavior incidents by a number, indicated by a percentage, by performing the task of implementing behavioral plans for all clients. And you'll notice in this example, it starts out with the date the goal must be completed. So all that's needed is to determine if it's achievable and relevant. If so, it's now a SMART goal. So let's take a look at development goal example. Development goals don't get scored on the performance evaluation, and they're not developed using the SMART goal method. However, they're an important part of the evaluation process. Development goals focus on your employees' growth, learning, and development, and are designed to enhance your employees' knowledge, skills, abilities, and effectiveness on the job. Creating a development goal should be with the expectation it will take them to the next professional level or increase a competency. Will it develop your employee to grow in their job or advance in their career? And once you've created a development goal, ask, will it add value to Easter seals in some way? If so, then it's a good development goal for both the employee and Easter seals, what we call a win-win goal. And once you've created a development goal, you'll need to provide resources to help your employee accomplish it, like assigning activities. For example, assigning an active listening training for a communication development goal. Make sure you coach your employee throughout the year, and as activities are completed, add new ones to continue their professional growth. So let's take an example of a development goal for a caregiver. Will this development goal statement add value to the organization? Ask yourself these questions. What benefit will the increased knowledge provide? Can this knowledge be useful for the employee's career advancement? How? These are the types of questions you'll want to ask once you've created the development goal. A yes to these questions ensures a win-win development goal. So now it's time to recap. We've discussed how journal entries can be a great tool for creating performance goals by documenting and tracking an employee's performance. We've identified how to use the SMART goal method to create a business goal, and we've seen what that looks like. And we've considered what goes into creating a win-win development goal. Using these tools will help you to develop high-quality goals the easy way. Now, if you have any questions on writing high-quality goals, please contact your HR evaluation liaison for help. That's why we're here, to help you when you need it. Thank you for attending Writing High Quality Goals. We know you'll write some fantastic goals for your staff this year.